Alright, ladies and gentlemen, subscribers, old and young alike, welcome back to the channel. Today's adventure starts with the first leg of the Cape Scott Trail. Got a little bit of rain in the forecast for today, but the next 2 days look good. We're here for 3 days, 2 nights. One thing to note, up here on the northern coast, the weather can change in a click of a finger. So this trail not only has beautiful beaches, it actually has a lot of historical significance. There was actually a Dutch settlement colony here in about 1850, 1860, somewhere in that ballpark. We're gonna see if we can find any remnants of the old village. There's a sign here that says, "You are in wolf country," and it says, "If a wolf approaches you, don't run, act big and make noise." And it's got a picture of a guy and it says, "If attacked, fight back." And he's got a spear. Behind us there's a section where there's some pretty janky bridges. I mean, I don't know if you can see them in the background here, but they're pretty janky. Slippery, sketchy, wet, and muddy. So we just arrived at Eric Lake, which is the first campground. In another mucky section here, this trail's a mix of slippery boardwalk, horrible swamp, and brief parts of respite when you can actually make some distance in a short amount of time. Getting pretty close to the what they call the Fisherman's Creek now. We just ran into some hikers and they said that once we hit 10K, the trail becomes significantly easier. So we're really stoked for that because this has been a grind. Way better now. It's like straight and flat as far as I can see from here. This is much easier hiking, much better time. So the sign basically says, talks about the 2 attempts by the Dutch or the Danes to settle this farmland. It talks about how proceeding from here we will see more open farmland and remnants of their past, their tools, their buildings, their exploits. So we're gonna keep our eye open from here on in. I feel like I've taken a step into like Africa or like the Serengeti. As far as signs of the Dutch colony, I haven't seen nothing, but I'm pretty tired. I'm not probably looking as best I could, but something happened here. So back in 1899, the settlers here, the Dutch, started a really ambitious project. What they wanted to do is create more agricultural land. So they actually created this massive dike here. You can see the remnants way in the back behind me. So quite ironically, almost to the day that they finished the project, they had a really severe storm that brought up the water levels, enough to actually completely destroy the dike that they just created. You can finally see the ocean here on the left. I could definitely smell it before I saw it. Finally, after a long, hard day of hiking, just over 17 kilometers, we're finally here. First thing I see is a gazillion birds on the beach and a really nice outhouse. This is not an easy trail. Almost feel a little emotional. Anything worth doing is not easy, so keep that in mind, folks. It applies to pretty much everything in life. There's a whole bunch of huts and structures people have built. Let's go have a look at this one here. We were gonna walk all the way down the beach and like pick out this fancy campground, but we're just totally zonked. So we moved about 50 feet from the trailhead and just gonna set her up right here. I'm taking my shoes off. So we're just going to collect some water from the creek here. Apparently it's at the end of the beach. The only water source is this pretty dank looking swampy. I mean, it looks pretty bad, but thankfully we have the Sawyer squeeze, and I know that it still looks like piss, but it's drinkable piss. Apple juice, or like maybe kombucha, is that a thing? Kombucha? Brought one of my favorite ready meals. It's actually made by a company called Guise. The chili mac and cheese, it's awesome. It's one of the best ones I've ever had. Just for the record, Wise Chili Mac is not promoting this video. I just really like their products. Morning, ladies and gentlemen, day 2. We're pretty sore this morning. Yesterday was pretty rough. We actually ran into these hikers. We were chit-chatting with them, and they said they actually just did the West Coast Trail, and they found that this was actually harder, at least certain sections of it. So we're up pretty early here. We're gonna head for the lighthouse. We're gonna go check it out. Just reaching the trailhead to the lighthouse here. It's about a 12.5 kilometer round trip. We're actually going to take our time today and explore some beaches, look for shipwrecks, that sort of thing. This to me is much nicer than where we were camping. I mean, there's no people here. It's way more exposed to the rugged elements of the North Coast. So way in the distance there, that point, I kind of feel like the lighthouse is around the other side. So we definitely have a bit of a journey today. Coming here to Cape Scott has been a lifelong dream of mine. It's something I wanted to do for a very long time. It's that feeling when you're close to fulfilling a dream. Once again, I'm a little emotional. Super happy to be here for the opportunity to make you guys these types of videos. Just remember, if you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps me more than you'll ever know. So if you like the videos, click the like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. So you can see from what I just showed you, the signs of the old road. So after what feels like at least a couple kilometers, it's a trail down to the beach, and there's what looks to be actually a road here. So I'm going to follow the road. I'm pretty sure that's going to lead me to the lighthouse. I've walked to the ends of the earth, the ends of Vancouver Island, to see this lighthouse. I hope it does not disappoint. So as you guys probably know from my previous videos, I'm all about the mushrooms as well. There's a mushroom here on the island that's eluded me for my entire life, and I finally found it here, north end of Vancouver Island in Cape Scott. You can see the first signs of the lighthouse here. So here I am at the northernmost part of Vancouver Island. 25 or 26 kilometers all said and done of rugged, horrible swamp to get here to this spot where I'm standing right now. If you guys like this type of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, leave a comment. It really helps move the channel forward. I was going to try to get an interview with the lighthouse keeper, but there's a ton of people here, and I'm sure people ask him questions all day long. I'm sure he would have, but I need to get back to camp. I need to get some food. I need to get some water. Speaking of random things that wash up on the beach, I'm not sure if anybody's missing their bumper for their car, but it could be here at Cape Scott. So one thing I briefly just want to touch on is people that want to hike but don't. They have things that are holding them back, be it maybe age, experience, comfort level. Ran into a couple on the trail about an hour ago. They had to be in their mid-80s and they're hiking the Cape Scott. So if they can do it, you guys can too. Don't let the barriers stop you from enjoying what you want. I'll tell you right now, you get out on the trail, it does not take long to develop a sense of security, a sense of confidence. Anyhow, time to hit the pub, go to Caesar, get some pizza, call this hike done. Check it off the list. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching the video.